Gen Z won't be micromanaged. Leaders adapt now.
I was talking to one of the speakers, Lakshmi. So she was telling today what is happening is you said Gen Z and stuff. They don't. The culture today is that they don't want to be monitored, right? How do you manage multiple age groups? One is at the senior level, one is in the mid, and you have these Gen Zs. So it was very interesting that she was saying that their perspectives are very different when you talk to the Gen Z guy. The middleman management guy thinks some traditional, but he has some idea on how this guy is speaking. But the senior members, as they go, they don't want change, so they are reluctant in saying. So, how do you get different perspectives? Is what Lakshmi was saying in how to build multi-generational teams is what we spoke on one of the topic. It gave us a lot of insights where we said you need to have that kind of a discussion at that kind of a team to think differently, because each has their own ways of thinking and they have a lot of options for us to experiment also, right? And also leaders at times are approving every decision, hoarding information is there, and sometimes a surveillance rather than empowerment. So that's one way of looking at also is happening, is what we were discussing.
And I think you know the key motivators for each of these groups were different, right? And as leaders, we need to understand this whole thing, right? Like Gen Zs are in a very different mode. The kind of
Yeah.
information they have, the kind of things that they come up with is very, very different from what the seniors in the team would be, right? So their endpoint motivators are very different, and I think as leaders, we need to understand that and pivot them in the direction that we want to take. And today's, I think Gen Z have, they require more autonomous way of working than the senior. More, very rightly said, no one likes micromanagement today. And I would, I run a mentoring cohort, and I think we are into the sixth cohort. And one of the mentors came back and told me that it's reverse mentoring happening to me, because the kind of curiosity and the kind of question the Gen Z folks asked me opened my eyes that, okay, this is how, this is the view of, the new generation. And I think that's very important, because at the end of the day, this is also important. Expertise is also important, and the new thinking is also important. And as leaders, our job is to combine both of them, right? And as leaders, I think we need to nurture them, but then at the same time, give direction to both of them, saying, okay, this is the direction that we want to move forward. So I think all of us are dealing with this multi-generational workforce at this point of time. Gen Z, Gen X, Gen Alpha, all kind of things have come up. But I think